Hey, what's up, everybody? Ray here. I wanted to do a quick video kind of talking about where, my opinion of the new Final Fantasy VII Remake game. I haven't finished it yet. I am in chapter 14, toward the end of 14. I'm literally getting ready to zip line up to the top plate for the final act of the game. But real quick, I want to talk about kind of how good this game is so far. Really, it's exceeded all my expectations, and I'm going ahead and making this video just because I know a lot of you have been curious about my opinions. They haven't been on the Twitch streams; they're just messaging me. I think it's really good. I think it's fantastic. It's not a perfect game. I'm going to get into that. I'll get into that first, actually. Early on, when I was playing the game, I was encouraged because there were little zones that you could go to just fight and level up. And as you all know, I'm a big fan of grinding. Big fan of grinding levels and experience and putting the work in and making your characters stronger and all that kind of thing. But as I got into the story, and it's a credit to the story. The story is so good. I'll get into that. But it's a credit to that. But it pushes you through the story. It encourages you to just keep pushing through the story, or that was how I felt. And I'll be honest, I was kind of bummed by that, but I found out later, and I discovered later, that there is more grinding later. But like I said, it's a credit to the story that it wants to push you through, that you want to get to the next part. You can't wait to get to the next point, the next character reveal, the next revelation about a character in your party or in the story. It does a thing that I complain about in JRPGs all the time, where there was a point, I think it was in chapter 13, where you're with Leslie, and you're going into the Don's hideout, and this little Abzu baby thing steals your key and runs off, and you're chasing this thing through the sewer, and that is so aggravating. And little things like that to kind of pad the time that you're playing, unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Square Enix, if anybody there's listening to this, stop that. Just stop it. That you're more creative than that. You can find better ways and more creative ways to get time out of the game. Just let us grind. Just give us more missions. Things like that. Now, that's really the only negatives I have about the game. It's really the only stuff about the game that I wasn't a big fan of. Now, why this game? Everything else this game does, it does perfectly. It does perfectly. The reason you're playing this game, the reason most people are playing this game, the story, the characters, the ATB system, all that kind of, that is all. I mean, not the ATB system, the materia system. The ATB system, it's still ATB, but it's an action game now, which I'm fine with. I'm honestly fine with it. The story is so good. Like, I knew it would be good. I knew that it would be great coming in. There are some beats in there that are, you can see Nomura kind of putting his hand in the pie a little too much. Let Nojima handle that stuff, please. Just please let Nojima handle that. You can tell the story beats where Nojima is heavily involved, and the story beats where it's more Nomura heavily involved. And I have to say I'm a bigger fan of Nojima than Nomura as far as storytelling goes. The characters feel visceral and real. Their problems feel real, even though it's Final Fantasy. It's a fantasy tale. People don't forget that. It's a fantasy tale. As trippy as it gets, it's a fantasy tale. It's a retelling. I love what I've seen so far. Have I seen all the flack on the internet, people talking about the ending? Yes. Have I watched anything for the ending? No. No, I have not. A couple of people have tried to be funny and try to spoil the ending for me. Blocked, deleted, gone from my life. That's how it is. That's just how it is, man. So, so far, this game is amazing. It is amazing. Except for those little nitpicky things I talked about, the characters are so good. 3 aspects that brought these characters to life. Started in the writer's room, The next step was the animators. The final step in the crucial penultimate step was the voice acting and the casting. All three of those layers have made these characters unbelievable. The best characters, as far as like emotionally and investing in those characters, I have ever seen in a video game. And I've played the Naughty Dog games. I've played almost all the Naughty Dog games. They're up there. They are way up there. Wow. They give this a run for its money, but these characters are so good. This game is so good. It all wraps into this amazing tale that is just, to me, the tale and the characters are just flawless. Even down to the minor characters like Aerith's mother, like her, you know, her adopted mother. Not Elfalna, but Elmira. And even Heidegger, they made Heidegger like a legit threat. Heidegger comes off as like a Metal Gear villain. As unbelievable as that is, he comes off like a Metal Gear villain, not like a goofy Metal Gear villain, like a legit stout Metal Gear villain. That's how Heidegger comes off in this. And I love the touches they've made with Cloud's character, everybody's characters. Barrett is the MVP of this game. That voice actor, Michael Eric Bentley, I think that's right. If it's not, forgive me, let me know in the comments. But I think it's Michael Eric Bentley. He has brought this character to life and given gravitas and emotion and weight to this character in a way that I didn't think they would. Now, y'all know I'm a big fan of Barrett in the OG game. I thought he was my tank, you know, that's why. But he is great in this game. Him and Aerith, to me, are the stars of this game. Barrett and Aerith are the stars of this game. Brianna White does a hell of a job as Aerith, and so does Michael Eric Bentley. I can't praise them enough for their portrayal of these characters. They are just killing it. They're killing it so far, and I can't wait to see more. So, last thing I want to touch on, and this is the icing on the cake for me as far as this game goes, is the music. The music, oh my god. The music is so good, and I'm not too proud to admit that there are a couple times where the music just swells in perfectly. It is a Hollywood. It all comes off as like a Hollywood or like some kind of theatrical production. The characters will be talking, and then they'll have this like far off look, and then they'll start to walk, and their posture changes, and then that one little string starts, and then it's just so perfect. It's so perfect what they've done with this game, and the soundtrack is just dope. Like, even not the emotional soundtrack pieces, but the fighting music, how it picks up tempo, especially when you're in like the ruined highway or the collapsed freeway or whatever that is. Like, it's the section that I've got the game capture that I did for here in the game. This section right here, this music is great, but all the battle music is great. It's up tempo. It gets you hyped to fight, you know, in the game, and it pushes you on. And the music helps tell the story in this game as well. It's not just there. It's not just like, okay, we need an emotional piece here. Okay, we need a soft piece here. Okay, we need an action-y piece here. Every piece of music in this game completely fits the scene. The music is written for the scene. Like, it's the old music, but it's all the pieces are rearranged and done in certain ways that all fit the scene. There is a version of Tifa's theme that after the plate collapses, it's like played slowly on a piano, but it's like down three whole steps. Like the whole piece is down 3 steps. It's lower. It's sad, and it's got like some light either winds or strings underneath of it. I can't praise it enough. I can't praise. Okay, so as you all know, the 5 criteria I judge a game on are story, characters, art, music, gameplay. Gameplay is good. The battle system feels great, but as far as like the chasing stuff around and things like that, and it's not side quest, that is main storyline. Having to chase things around, and even the padding of the environments, I get why they had to do it. It's a hardware thing they're having to get around to load and not have load screens or whatever. But it does wane on you after a while. So that is You know, I mean, I can get around it. At least they gave you pretty stuff to look at, but there are whole areas where there aren't even monsters or things to do or get. It's just areas where you're just walking through. And that's fine. I understand why they had to do it. And chasing stuff around, not a fan of. But the story, the music, the characters, the artwork, that is all 10s with me. That is all 10s with me. That moment, and everybody's seen that moment. There's reaction videos of that moment online. Every Twitch streamer online has like had that awe moment when they first walk out of Cloud's apartment during the day, and there is Midgar, or there's Midgar, the plate above you. I knew there'd be moments like that in this game. I knew people were maybe going to try to milk it or whatever, you know, but it legitimately hit me in the chest. I had to take a moment. I was like, oh my god, this looks like, I'm starting to have a moment right now. I was like, this is incredible. I think my natural reaction was like, what the hell are people complaining about with, you know, it's just an amazing game. It looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get into more of it. So anyway, y'all have a great evening. I'll be on twitch.tv/Ray Kaufman tonight. I'll be streaming this some more here in a little bit. Follow me on Twitter, Kaufman20xx, Instagram, Kaufman20xx, and I will catch you all later. I'm going to get me a snack, and I'm going to get back into Final Fantasy VII Remake. So you all have a great evening. Keep rocking, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.